well, students in here are finished with their tests, so I want to talk to you for just a moment. We'll be done here in just about 5 minutes. I don't know if the video will even take that long. We are not going to be needing your math books for the rest of the quarter. We're going to do something just a little bit different. When I was in 7th grade, and really up until about 2 or 3 years ago, Abeka used to have an entire chapter, it might have actually been 2 chapters, devoted to teaching junior hires about basic finance. And as I look on, Facebook, YouTube, different social media type platforms, I always get this comment, why isn't this stuff taught in school? Why don't they teach this in school anymore? Why don't they teach that in school anymore? And for years, Abeka always did. They taught young people in junior higher, becoming young adults, this is how money works in real life. After all, for most of us, that's the most practical application of math, isn't it? Money, one day. And we talked a little bit about money, like discounts and sale price. We talked a little bit about it. And even now, as you're doing current events and things like that, you're learning about, you're seeing things like health insurance, right, in the news, Obamacare, right? You've seen that in the news. You hear about life insurance. You see commercials maybe about life insurance. Certainly you see Geico commercials, right, and Progressive commercials, State Farm commercials, Bundle Home and Auto, that kind of thing. So we see commercials for this. How does all this stuff work? I think you're at the age where you ought to learn this, number one, because it's about to apply to you in the not too distant future. Number two, there's really not another good chance for you to learn this stuff in high school. Most of you, if you stay on the track that we want you to go on, will never take a consumer math class. And so you'll graduate high school. What are taxes? Why is all this being held out of my paycheck? How do I even plan home finance? Now, in computer applications, for the few of you that are in there, right, we talked a little bit about this, right, when we were talking about Excel spreadsheets. But for most of you, you haven't seen this yet. And really, if we don't go over it now, you're not going to get that opportunity. So what I've been working on this past semester was getting ready a supplement for you. It's a 50-page, actually almost 60-page supplement that I've written for you, number one, because I love you, because I want you to know how to handle money. I want you to know how this stuff works. So I'm going to be giving you tomorrow, when we get to class, I'm going to be giving you a financial literacy supplement. That will be your textbook for the rest of this quarter. And you'll have quizzes, you'll have tests, but more important than those is, do you understand how money works? So you'll need to bring with you each day to class. You'll need paper, obviously, to work math problems on. You'll need pencils and erasers. You won't need your math books, but you will need to start bringing with you a calculator. You're not going to use it in every single lesson, but there's a lot of lessons where really, truly, when you work with math in real life, you don't normally have to figure it out on pencil and paper. We'll do enough of it to keep your skills sharp, but you're going to get to do a lot with a calculator. Now, I do have some calculators I can loan out to you if you don't have one. It doesn't have to be fancy. We aren't looking for one of the scientific calculators like you see at the store, like the big kids bring to school. It just needs to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay, that's all it needs to have on it. Doesn't need all the other cool features. So a basic Dollar Tree calculator for $1.25, since it's the Dollar Tree, $1.20. Anyway, inflation. But anyway, Dollar Tree calculator will work. If you want to bring your own, I would recommend that, because that way you have one for doing homework when it's available. And usually the instructions in the booklet will tell you when you can or cannot use a calculator. Otherwise, I'll tell you. But want to let you know that. So tomorrow, don't bring your math books to class. You aren't going to need them. We're not going to need them again until 4th quarter. And then 4th quarter, we'll get back into the math books and we'll cover these sections that we haven't covered that I think are most valuable to you going into 8th grade next year. As 8th graders next year, you'll review over these concepts. There won't be a formal section where we teach them to you, but you will review these sections. Every now and then you'll review a different concept every few days from this financial literacy. So that way, by the time you finish junior high, you've learned it and you've had a chance to review it. But I'm excited about getting to teach this stuff to you. I think it'll help math just mean more to you. It's not just numbers. It's actually like this is going to be real life stuff one day. So I'm excited to be able to do that for you. But I want to make sure you knew that going in. All right. Well, when the bell rings, you'll be dismissed. Have a wonderful rest of your day.